Good evening and welcome. Good evening and welcome this evening. What the fuck? Already messing up out the gate. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Crossroads here on Veterans Anonymous. And I am Jade Lopez, your host, the Combat Cricket, coming to you from Colorado. Triple C. Again, still straight out the gate. I am a former 31 Bravo military police and your best friend, survivor of my dog Tuco. Little Army Natty Guard, little time in Iraq, little time in Haiti, and moving on, Miss Cuddling Kittens.
Jenny, I'm an Air Force veteran, a little over 6 years. I worked B-1 and F-16 motors. Now I just work out and make silly TikToks. Uncle Sai.
I was Army, Guard, Reserves, full-time Guard, full-time. Yeah, I did a lot of it. Kind of a little here and there. Korea twice. Was fun. Worked on vehicles. Worked with him for a long time on stuff. So, welcome to Wednesday night, everybody, or Mr. Ducky from the future.
I know, it's like he's talking to us from the future. Boy!
Hi, boy.
Boy.
Oh, he just got off work. I thought he would. No, yeah, right? No, yeah. I don't know. New job,
Possibly.
new hours. How was everybody's week? I know, Miss Kittens, you kind of had a jazz hands night.
Yeah, the joys of having a little toddler is sometimes there's accidents. At the most, it's like they sense weakness. So I've been down with a cold since the holiday. Like I feel like death. And I worked out today to try to he sweat it out. So I'm tired, I'm sick, and then my child has an accident right before podcast time. So I'm like, need to feed child, clean up mess. Oh, what do I do? So it's fixed. Everything's fine now. But there for a second, I was like, I'm going to be late. I don't know. And finally, I was like, I'll just wash the sheets tonight. Yeah. Wash them overnight. They'll be fine. I was like, screw it. Uncle Sai.
We keep saying it at this. Jinx! Anyway, Uncle Sai, how was your fourth?
My fourth was great. Like I said, I love it around here because I live like right there to the state fair, and we had the Good Guys Car Show. So I got to see all kinds of hot rods, from rat rods to full restos to street mod, all kinds of stuff. I love this time of year.
Did you take any pictures?
No.
You sound so sad.
I'm not shaming you, but Uncle Sai, you've been doing this for a little bit now.
I got a lot of pictures from a lot of years, so I forget to take pictures sometimes. I forget my phone.
I know with like car shows and stuff like that, I have a tendency that once I start taking pictures, I start taking pictures of everything, and then I go back and I'm like, why did I take a picture of that?
Yeah, why did I take a picture of that hopped up fucking popcorn machine? Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Michelle. Hey, Savory.
Every day is a good day. It's just that some days are better than others.
Yes, sir.
I like that. I like that.
Every day above the ground is a good day.
No, Audie, then you can do it. I'm not.
Yeah.
Hello, John. Whoa, I'm button happy. Why is my phone going off? Shut up.
It's okay, Uncle Si. I don't take many pictures either. Otherwise, it would be a lot of, look at this wonderful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's pretty. Well, or, here's a bowl of SpaghettiOs.
A lot of it is, I think, like it's a different age because, like, growing up, you had to have film. You either had to have the 110 or the 35 mil. So it was kind of a pain in the to, take pictures a lot. And I keep forgetting that my phone is a better camera than I ever had growing up. And then I get caught up in the moment and I'm just like, oh my God. And I get talking to the guy that built the car and I'm just listening and I forget to take pictures because I'm just so caught up in the moment, you know?
Oh, that I can understand. Some of the cars that they see are neat. I personally like rat rods. I don't know a thing about them, but man, they're pretty to look at.
Oh, they're so cool. There was one that was probably this high off the ground and it was maybe this tall total. I mean, the guy was sitting in it and he was almost having to lay down backwards, you know, driving it like you're driving an M1. You know, it was that low.
I don't care for it. Like I like how they look and stuff like that, but I don't like being in small, low vehicles because even the Miata is like feels like I'm in a shoebox, and I'm like, if I get hit, I'm done.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine freaking like a smart car. Yeah, those little toy cars.
They do. I've seen a couple where the smart car look, you know, those little tyke ones that your kids use their feet to drive, like the Flintstones.
The Flintstone ones.
Yes, I've seen someone who had a smart car. They delivered my Uber food, and he drove one of those, and it straight up looked like one of those tyke cars. Like that's the wrap he had on it. I don't know if it was the paint job or the wrap.
I've seen somebody that had a smart car wrapped or painted that looked just like that yellow and red plastic car. Yeah,
I've seen the ones that have like the little wind-up key on the back that just spins in the wind.
Yeah, those are neat. I'm like, I want one just because I'd want to be able to drive something like that, but for practicality, no.
I actually did that. I had a Datsun 310 hatchback, little 2-door 5-speed car, and I took a piece of cardboard, really thick, like industrial cardboard, and made a little wind-up key and stuck it on the back hatch, and that thing would spin around whenever I drive on the interstate.
Frank, with your finger in the lens.
Yeah. Oh, I hear you, David. Hi. Everybody asks, like, why aren't there pictures of when you were in basic? I'm like, because none of us had cameras. We were still using.
Cowboy, you barely had cameras. And that was in 2007. Like you had to, like your phone, and then you had your camera, and then you weren't allowed to have it until after basic anyway. So really, any of your basic pictures are from what the drill sergeants and the cadre took.
Oh, we had none of that.
It's done. I'm at that weird age where I'm old enough to remember landlines and I've used a landline and dial up, but young enough that I had a cell phone. Like I'm at that in between age.
I used a payphone.
I actually did not realize there were payphones in our barracks until graduation week because we were so rushed in and out for like the whole time. And then like our graduation week, the drills were like, hey, you guys want to call home? And we were like, holy fuck, there's phones on the wall. When did those get here?
I'm pretty sure the phone banks have been pulled out from at least where I was at Fort Leonard Wood, because where I was is called the Starship, because it was the new barracks that was kind of in a star shaped, and in the middle had the big old pits filled with shredded tires. Which that was so funny because one of the girls, while we were doing combatives in the pit, she ended up swallowing the part of the tire piece.
That's not good for your digestion.
She's like, "Oh, it went down easier than it came out."
I bet.
Note: your stomach acid is not strong enough to disintegrate tire rubber.
Yeah, John. I did basic at Leonard Wood in '86, and then did AIT in '87. I remember sneaking out of the barracks to try to use the payphone. You know, hopefully nobody got caught. You know, I
am attempting to keep up on these freaking the comments. They just all of a sudden will go woof.
Well, what was cool was like we'd get a couple of different barracks, which was a couple of different companies, and like one or two guys from each building would sneak out. And so like one drill would come by and be like, what unit are you guys with? And one dude would answer, we'd be like, yes, drill sergeant. And we're like, I think they got phone privileges. We're not sure, but he walked off. So, hey, I guess we're still good,
My parents actually still have a landline and the original phone number that I grew up with.
Mine do too.
My grandparents do. My parents have cell phones.
Mine still have their computers hardwired. They've got a router in the house, but they still have phone lines with the splitter they each have their own computer in the same room. And my dad will or my mom, both of them, they'll be like, hey, did you get that email? No, I didn't. Well, look, I just sent it to you. Oh, okay. It's like you're 2 feet away from each other.
That is too cute, though. Not gonna lie. Oh, my shirt.
Remember when RoboCop?
Yeah.
I see that video. They shot quite a few that day.
Yeah.
Hope that answers your question, John. I honestly thought this was my one of my 300-mile shirts, but nope.
He's getting close to it. What is it? Next
Leaves
week?
this week?
This weekend he leaves?
I believe he leaves tomorrow.
That's good. I'm so happy for him and excited. I mean,
if he's not already on the road. I know you'd said that he's doing like a local podcast right now, which he just so happens to be live right now. But don't y'all leave. Y'all stay here. But yes, Kyle will be on the road, stepping off Saturday. Right? Sound right?
I think, yeah.
Just the thought of doing 30 miles a day hurts.
More than
hurts.
He's like on average like 33 to 34, depending on like where he ends up. As far as vicinity to like hotel or something or town.
I have to get back into. I took 2 months off of running, so now I can barely run 5 miles, and I normally run 6 to 7.
Oh, bummer.
She's still with you, John. I know you miss her. Whoa!
Congratulations!
Wow, Frank. Again.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Girls are fun. I have one.
Yeah, we heard about that earlier.
Oh my goodness. I will be glad when she's potty trained. I'm just God, I wish it was already here.
Well, no, they say boys are harder to potty train, but I really think that it was like my niece really was the hardest. Because I have 6 nephews and 1 niece, but I don't know. It honestly depends. It really does on their time. As frustrating as it can be.
I keep telling myself that as like she is not going to be like 20 years old still going to the bathroom in her pants. Like she's going to get it eventually. I just wish it was sooner.
I think it's like he starts the 17th, but he's leaving where he's at the 12th.
He's like going out to.
Yeah. So it's going to take like a week to drive the RV out there. And then, yeah.
I'm one of 4 girls. So.
When I lived with Audie, this is funny. His kids were young. Like, I don't know. I don't know age. I don't have kids. I can't tell. They were short.
Ducky. I got three boys, 2 in high school, 1 in middle school. You want to trade?
Yeah. And we used to like, hey, kid, go get me a beer. I'll give you $1. And so like the girls would fight to run inside the house to the fridge to grab beer to bring us out to the yard because we didn't want to get up out of the yard chairs. I think one night they made about like $40.
Can y'all see me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, my shit just like.
I thought you were trying to like get rid of the demons or something. I was like, what is that? Is that or a fly? The flies in Vegas have been bad this year, and I don't like. It's not our yard. Like I picked up all the dog poop. There's nothing in our yard that could attract them, but yet there are tons of flies all in my neighborhood. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah,
Now,
Felix had
you
a
know
problem.
what Frank likes to do?
Yeah, no kidding.
Way to go, side.
I was worried one of them was going to grow up to be a bartender. Apparently, that didn't happen. So good there. Yeah, after a while, they'd come up to us. After a while, we'd be sitting outside, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, do you want a beer?" And we're like, "No, we're good." And they're like, "You sure? I'll go get you one." I'm like, "You guys just want money. Yeah."
My child has finally reached the point where I can be like, hand mommy the remote, hand mommy her drink, and she'll go, here you go, here you go. And I'm like, okay, that's really cute. I'm going to enjoy this while I still can. Before you're old enough to be like, no, I'm not going to do it and you can't make me. Oh, I'm dreading that age too.
I love
Dogs?
I love living through my friends that have kids and hearing of this, and that's like, that's the reason I never had kids.
Well, that's how I feel. Like
Mhm.
I just have the one, and pregnancy and giving birth was terrible. So I don't want any more for those two reasons alone. So I love having friends that have kids because then it's like having more than one kid without the commitment, and I love that. Like my child has someone to entertain her. They play, and it's great.
To pause the TV.
I have to
Click,
pause the TV to get my husband to do things too. I feel the
Click, go
struggle.
get daddy a beer. Click.
I say you do technically have two kids.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they
it's just-
say.
One is old enough to know better and doesn't care. The other one is just
The other one knows how to wipe his own ass.
Yes. He did do the laundry for me yesterday. I got off podcast and I walked into our bedroom going, oh, I gotta do laundry. Thinking, oh, you turn on YouTube. No, the laundry was done. Man, my husband gets sick. It's like the world is ending.
Yeah.
I know that was a joke, Frank, but actually, did you hear this? So they found out, or they did a study or something like that they found out that like cramping, women's cramping, their monthly friend, is actually on a pain scale the same as a heart attack.
I believe it.
I believe it. I've been through it. Yeah. I've never had a heart attack, but some of those monthly visits are not my friend. I'm down for the day.
I've dated a couple of females that, I wanted to be out of country when it was that time of the week. Like, can I go back to Kuwait, please? Why? My girlfriend's time of the month, and they're like, "Oh,
She's hostile."
We could put you on extra duty." I'm like, "Good, I'll mop. I don't care."
Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness. You're one of those that never want to leave.
Oh, nice, Ducky.
Damn, that's smart.
Yeah.
I'd pay for that. Heck yeah.
I have. Like I said, me and Audie sat in his front yard tipping the kid 30 on. Oh man, dude, now I really feel old, Audie. She was like youngin' when we lived out there. Got ghost, Jade?
No, my neighbors are being rude.
Ah.
So I have a window open because, like I said, in the back room, I have window units in my house, so my back room doesn't have one. So I could hear my neighbors. It was funny that the other day I'm nosy. I'm a people watcher.
Imagine that.
You don't say. Well, the neighbors were outside, and one of them was standing kind of across the street with his arms crossed, and the other neighbor was like standing up on his yard, but like not at the end of his yard. And I was like, oh, I wonder if they're fighting. Are they arguing? Because I couldn't hear them. So I kind of was like making up a conversation in my head, watching the two of them. And Rob is like, now you know now you know that people pay attention to you, or what do you think the neighbors think of you? And I was like,
Yeah.
the difference between me and them, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Did I ever tell you that my neighbors caught me making a TikTok? Did I ever tell you what
Didn't you
happened?
make them brownies?
Yes.
I would love to be your neighbor. I would sit out there like, hey, she's doing it again. Come here, guys.
Well, they knocked on my door this afternoon asking if I could make brownies again. They're like, we'll pay you. And I'm like, if you don't judge me for the weird shenanigans in the backyard, I will make all the brownies you want. Not a problem. So I'm going to make them some brownies this weekend.
Nice.
So I'm like, it continues because I keep hearing them out there snickering now when I'm making TikToks. But now I'm just like, I don't fucking care. But
Right.
I have a feeling they're watching now and they're waiting.
Did y'all hear that?
Mm-mm.
No.
Like wind chimes.
I heard the chimes. I just don't know what it was.
I didn't hear a thing.
I heard the
See,
chimes. I
y'all,
just don't know.
y'all conjured something.
I don't think it's in my house. And if
It
it
did.
is,
It sounded
I'll get
like
it
wind-
blessed.
Like wind chimes, right?
I
Kelly's
heard it.
looking-
I just don't know what it was.
See, well, we're not crazy.
Okay.
I'm with tendonitis. I constantly hear wind chimes almost. So, you know, boom, boom.
Have you seen that? Where the in the time, like the doctor called and said that their wife's pap came out
Yeah.
normal. So they put a sticky note on their fridge. I'm sure this is just a joke, but it's just they put a sticky note saying your doctor called, your Pabst beer was normal. When did you start drinking beer?
Yeah. I love those jokes. Those crack me up.
Magnifier in your ears. See, with this headset, my other headset, actually I can hear better because it's got the noise canceling. But this one surrounds both of my ears, that I'm able to actually like hear better because I'm hard of hearing.
What?
Huh?
I actually had a VA tech after I got my ears checked, was like, I don't know why all you veterans are hard of hearing. They give you hearing protection.
As 3M got sued for it because their stuff was faulty.
Well, and like they give you
lowest bidder. Oh, wait! Don't shoot! I gotta put my ear pro in.
exactly like they give you time to put your hearing protection in. You know, it's like
My neighbor was probably like, "What the fuck?"
I just looked at her.
I gotta remember my windows open.
I just looked at the VA tech and went, "What?" She smiled and kind of like that little snotty smile that they get, you know.
It was weird because there was a short period of time that when I left for deployment and came back from deployment, my hearing actually got better. And then
Wow.
once I had my son, it was just like, nope. Not complete hearing loss, but hard of hearing. Because even boy, he's like, he gets so frustrated with me, and he'll just be like, Jade! I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, oh, forget that you're fucking hard of hearing.
I have to tilt my head. I'm like, here, talk in my good ear.
I do that too. That's why you constantly see me like this.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying, even though I have the headset turned up all the way, but I still struggle to hear words from time to time. Like they all sound the same because of the range of hearing that I've lost. So I end up looking like a freaking dog going, huh? Huh?
The RCA dog that.
Yeah.
Hey, if it worked, timeout's the timeout.
Menopause is a time.
Yeah.
Notice how all of our female problems start with men.
I feel outnumbered.
No, I did too. A little bit longer though. I worked on the airplanes and I got tinnitus in both ears and pretty bad hearing loss in this one.
Yeah, I worked around turbo diesels most of my career, and then plus, we got to hung out with the artillery guys and 12 Bravos that blew stuff up. So
My
wasn't
grandfather
a lot
had
of
to
notice to be
fight.
like, put your hearing protection in. We're gonna blow stuff up. It was more like, hey, what? Boom! Ow!
Yeah, my grandfather had to fight for years to get his hearing aids covered.
My dad,
He was a tanker in the Korean War.
yeah, my dad was dad is Vietnam vet, and he was working at quarries, and he finally got the VA to approve hearing aids for him.
Yeah, these are the Razor ones. My husband got them for me, and I like them because they're cat themed. It's kind of my thing.
Well, the other thing that's cool about those is they change colors. You can't see it really good on video, but they change colors. It's way cool.
That's what I was just for the Air Force, as I worked on the engines for the planes. And yeah, hearing protection. I wore double hearing protection each and every time, and I still wound up with screwed up ears. My husband uses it to his advantage. I'll give him a to-do list. Yes, I'll give him a to-do list, and I can hear him shit talking, and like my women's senses are going, that man's shit talking. I know it.
I know he is.
Yeah,
I can see your mouth moving.
Yes, but because I can't fully hear it, I can't call him out because he'd be like, well, what did I say then? I'm like, got me this time.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. Like, I'm pretty sure that your brother was fighting for a while.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We never wore Hold on, let me put my earplugs in. Don't shoot me.
I was at a point in time with the 3M fucking pieces of shit that they're just like, oh, you gotta put your ear pro in to go on convoy, but you're supposed to be listening to your comms, and then your gunner and stuff like that. You're freaking trying to call out shit. Nobody can fucking hear each other, and then it's just like it was pointless. And they were faulty anyway.
Audie, you're deaf.
It's like
you don't need to wear. Why wear double hearing protection? It's not like your hearing's going to get any worse. Just pull the hearing aid out and you'll be fine, bro.
Because my cousin, actually, and this is the thing with the military declaring that you're deaf, like you're talking like pretty much total hearing loss, because the military is not going to let you go for just like the hard of hearing like I have. But my cousin was military intelligence, and he was down in Miami because he's like fluent in all dialects of Spanish, and was listening to like drug cartels, and they blasted the radio and caused him to go lose hearing in one of his ears, which got him discharged. Do you not hear that?
I hear a high pitch, but I can't tell if it's
it's like almost like
almost
a chime, but that was more of like a screech. See, I could hear like really high pitch too. Like I said, this headset, like I can actually hear better. You tried that, got in trouble.
Yeah.
Hey, Audie can hear it, right?
I heard it. I just don't know what it is. I don't think it's on my end.
I'm pretty sure
the door is shut.
Yeah, nothing would be chiming in here.
And I couldn't hear it over my microphone's not powerful enough to pick it up if it's on my end. But it's weird, right?
My husband does that. He'll sit there and mumble something. I'll be like, what'd you say? He goes, nothing. I'm like, that's what I thought. And then he'll repeat what he had just said in an audio that I can hear.
Rob does this, and he'll... But because I could read eyes pretty well, too. Like, quit talking shit! Like, what'd I say?
I don't know, but it was bad.
Yes.
Oh yeah, my mom
Totally
and
does.
dad.
Totally uses it to his advantage, especially if I'm like, if I've got really good fucking point or a zinger or something like that.
My mom and dad will do that. Like I said, she'll be in the kitchen, then there's the dining room, then the family room. Dad will be in here watching TV. Mom will be in the kitchen. She'll holler at him. He's like, I can't hear you. I don't have my hearing aids in. And she's like, how are you watching TV? He's like, I'm lip reading. You know, mom's like, nah.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Speaking of, I spoke too much of my parents. They tried to call me. They know I do podcasts on Tuesday and Wednesday.
My mom has done that to me before too.
I have it on mute. Apparently, it's not for the phone calls. I don't know.
Are they on your emergency contact list for your phone?
Oh, God, no.
They'll over. Damn. Well then.
Oh, God, no.
My emergency contact list is 911 and the VA.
Oh.
You got the VA before you. I gotta go.
My dad would be like, well, he had a good life. My mom would be like, oh, I'll miss him.
That's what my grandpa has told me. He's like, I remember my grandma was going off about something. I was sitting next to him, and he like elbows me, and he's like, "You know how I solved this?" I was like, "What?" And he's like,
my grandpa would do the same thing. We'd go out to eat, and he'd be sitting there, and I'd watch him do one of these, and I'm like, and he goes. I'm like, you
didn't see it.
I'm like, you sneaky bastard, you know.
But if you think of it, that is really smart. That is.
I'm totally gonna be that way, because I already know I'm gonna end up with hearing aids.
Well, and now you could Bluetooth them to your phone, so you can control. Yeah, you can do a lot of weird things with the hearing aids and Bluetooth. But I'd be sitting. I want to hack somebody's hearing aid and like turn it off, and then back on it like extra volume, and then turn it off again. You know, just fuck with people.
Or you've seen those like those videos or TikToks of like their sleep when you fall asleep with the TV on, and then it's like, have you ever seen horses ding dong or something like that? You like wake up like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I always wake up to the mop infomercials where I'm just like, I don't need a mop, because I dream about the commercials that I hear. You would think I dream about the show. No, just the commercials. And they're usually mops. And in my dream, I'm like, why am I doing this? I don't even own a mop. Like, why is this a thing?
See, Ducky, that's scary. You don't need a Bluetooth pacemaker. There's hacking is a bad thing. I don't want my pacemaker to be Bluetooth hackable. That would be bad.
I don't know how that would work.
I just
cool.
see.
I would think, the plus of that would be diagnosis and stuff like that, or possibly troubleshooting. But at the same time, that's your fucking heart.
Yeah,
What the hell?
I mean, come on. You know,
What the hell?
They hacked a freaking pipeline. You don't think they can hack a Bluetooth pacemaker? You know,
There was a show that I watched that like it was totally not a real freaking hospital thing, but it, like one of the episodes it was that like their system got hacked. So like all their machines started going crazy, and even like the pacemakers and stuff like that. A couple people's pacemakers was part of it, but I was like, that makes sense.
I'm old enough.
Like
I
he's
remember
talking to us from the future.
I remember when Quick Trips had little warning signs by the microwaves because they were so bad that you couldn't stand close to a microwave if you had a pacemaker. It had a little warning on there. But now they've got them better and stuff, so you know you can basically have whatever. They don't care.
I would not mind Bluetooth, because I have Bluetooth headphones that are just like the
That's
little
what I'm
earbud.
thinking.
So for hearing aids, I wouldn't mind that, and just be able to. Then my husband just thinks I'm playing on my phone, and all he did was mute them, so I can't hear him.
Yeah, but then
It took
if
me a second.
hubby gets the code and like turns them off or turns them on extra loud.
That I could see him doing.
Just
Friggin',
saying.
like in the morning, and he Rick rolls me.
We don't have boss with us this week. Could you?
Yeah, he's got
memes?
the in-laws with him. They're staying at the house up there and looking for a house in the area.
For
Because
his in-laws?
yeah, the in-laws are looking to move to the same city as him.
The housing out there is pretty spaced out, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still,
I know.
I'm not married. I don't have in-laws. I've heard about them. Wouldn't recommend them. Don't want them.
I like my brothers and my sister-in-laws. I love them to death. They're great. I would not mind being neighbors with them. But that means my
See,
father-in-law would want to live closer.
This is what I would want.
Yeah. It'd just
Yeah,
be jamming out.
Yeah, basically, Audie, at that point, it goes from hearing aid to headphones.
Well, that's why I'm thinking.
That's
It was
cool.
like, well, it does make sense because really, are you going to pay for a head unless you got like a headset like this? Would you
Yeah.
pay? You're going to take your hearing aid out to put earbuds in when you can use Bluetooth in your hearing aid? My unofficial in-laws, I like them. Probably like them more just because we're not official. But just kidding.
No, mine aren't too bad. It's just my father-in-law. Last time he visited, he was a lot. It was the first and only time he's visited, and I don't want him to visit again. He's a very stubborn old man, and we bunk heads a lot. And it's mainly because I am a jerk face. I will admit it. So yeah.
I get along pretty well with his siblings. There's one sibling that's a lot like my one sibling that I do not get along with. So, but as far as like his parents and stuff like that, they're awesome.
I don't really talk to my sibling. So they're like my husband doesn't really talk to my brother either. But I do talk to my sister-in-law from time to time. She's like the sister I always wanted. And obviously never had, which is pretty cool. But I don't talk to my brother-in-laws very often. Just because I don't know what to talk to them about. Like the one that's married to my sister-in-law, he's smart, like really smart. So it's just like, I love you, man, but I'm an idiot. So what do I talk to you about? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Like my older sister's husband, so my brother-in-law, super book smart. He also like outranked me. So we're nice. We're cordial.
Yeah.
My younger sister's husband, we get along pretty well. Actually, it's kind of funny because like when we were middle school, high school age, we actually hung out, all of us, my sister and him, and I got high with him for the first time. But
Wow.
yeah.
My other brother-in-law isn't a talker. He's a lot like my husband, where he's quiet. And I'm just like, I don't know what to say to you. And because I don't know what to say, I'm just awkward. So I end up sitting here like, how's it going? And he's like, it's going great. I'm like, cool.
Oh, like me when
I'm going to go smoke.
Yeah, whenever I have to, sadly, my family, the only time we ever get together is weddings and funerals. And so like I'm there with like cousins and everybody.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. I know I am. And
well,
but
Bob
anyway,
is the oldest brother. So he's got two younger brothers that are actually like huge age gap. They're like college age. So their personality is completely different from his. But you know, like,
Yeah.
nice. No
And
problem.
yeah,
Sure.
I'm that uncle that sits outside because I have nothing in common with any of my cousins. You know, they've got two kids. They're like, yeah, after the funeral, we got to drive 2 hours up to a baseball tournament, and then we got to drive back, and then tomorrow we got. And I'm out there like, my cat puked on the floor today.
Uncle Flat, I want to hang out with you at funerals. Okay?
I've been saying this. It's like a day in the life of Cy. Seriously. He could have like a weekly freaking thing. Just a day in the life of Cy.
You know,
That would make an interesting TikTok. It'd be like a day in the life. My cat puked on the floor today. I went on a beer run.
So
Got a
there's
local
that.
weirdo.
oh, all the neighbors, trust me. One of the neighbors was like, hey, did you happen to see this car? And I was like, no. He goes, well, I saw your light and your TV were on. I'm like, yeah, it's always on. I don't turn it off. I got to have the noise on. And he's like, oh, well, here's what kind of car it was. And I figured if anybody, you'd be the guy to tell in the neighborhood. And I'm like, I got you, bro. Don't worry. You know, I'm convinced that the neighbors around here think I have a bunker and I have like this huge armory and stuff. And I'm like, no, I only got a couple of weapons, you know.
Just a few.
Well,
Damn, I wish I'd like your freaking TikTok. Boston put it on mine. Damn it.
I may have been a little inebriated when I made that the other night.
I know I saw it and I was just like, ooh, that's pushing the lines. Oh, that's really pushing the lines.
You
What the fuck did he just say?
I'm surprised. I actually thought, oh, TikTok's not going to let this stay up. They're going to pull it for some.
That's why I'm glad I got to see it because it popped up in my For You page after lunch. And I'm just like, what did he say? I just laughing my ass off and I say added to favorites. So after podcast, I showed Matt. He's just like, oh, how long is it going to last? I'm like, I don't know. And it was still up today when last I checked.
And that was on a one take. I didn't write nothing down. I just put the schmegma on and sat down and was like, all right, let's roll.
Well, that kind of just goes to show you what kind of shit TikTok allows.
Oh, I
my
totally thought
silky vids get pulled, and all I'm doing is wiggling around doing my normal thing.
Yeah, I totally thought they were going to. I was like, this will be up about a half hour. And then somebody at TikTok will be like, oh, that's bad. Down. Hate speech, you know.
Coming for your cows. Your chickens.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no,
That's-
no.
That's funny, but oh, no.
Well, when I rewatched it, I was like, ooh, that was a little, whatever, you know.
If you actually listen to it, there's nothing wrong with it. But
No,
it's just
no, it's
the-
funny.
the current temperature of everything that we're just like,
It's right there.
there's that there. That's close. That's close. So I do have a couple things that I wanted to bring up. Who has dad jokes this week? None?
I can pull up one.
I got nothing.
Well, I did this one I wrote down. It says, did you hear about the chameleon that couldn't change color? He had reptile dysfunction.
Now, my personal favorite one, and the one that I tell like every opportunity that I get to drive my husband up the wall is, what is a fish with no eyes? A fish.
It's like really thinking about it.
Yeah, I was like,
That is That is like my personal favorite. I will tell that one each and every time that I possibly can.
Well, like one of my favorites is, did you hear about the fish that was swimming and ran into the concrete wall? You know what he said? Oh damn.
Ooh, bubble in my throat. That was loud.
I like this one. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus? 10 tickles.
I remembered it this time.
Oh, I found a little stuffed Cheshire cat at a garage sale in my neighborhood
Oh,
for
nice.
like a quarter. I've been sleeping with that thing every night. I'm like, yes, I love it. I love that thing.
I was going to say this one was started off a little weird.
Let's give me the umbrella.
I'm giving the umbrella.
Oh.
I was like, when I started reading, I was like, where are we going with this one, Frank?
Speaking of umbrellas, it's funny. I never had an umbrella growing up. In the
Really?
military, oh yeah. Well, and then in the military, men didn't get umbrellas. So like I walk everywhere in the rain. I got a jacket on, and a hat. And I go to the store. The lady was like, we sell umbrellas. I'm like, I don't know how to use one. I don't know how to hold it. I don't know. I know how to
know what
open
I'm
it,
doing with my hands.
but I don't know how to hold it and walk and
I hate umbrellas. I'd rather just wear one of those hats that are an umbrella because I hate having to hold it, especially if it's windy out. Like, I'd rather just be soggy.
I figure I was born wet. I'll die wet. A little water ain't going to kill me.
You gotta go outside. Oh, that is.
Well, you were talking about like being in the military with the umbrella. Like I was in basic training when the song "Umbrella" was popular.
Well, I bet that was fun. Oh yeah, now we're going to the Alabama jokes, Frank. I'll be Okay, Frank, since we went there.
Oh, geez. I said dad jokes. This is what we're supposed to be.
They seem like dad jokes, to be honest.
Technically, it kind of is.
I know, but what Cy was just wrapping up to coming to the plate to bat. That's why I put that warning out.
What do you call a fish with a bow tie? Sophisticated. Yeah, I really like fish jokes. They crack me up.
I just like them quick, short ones. Like, what do you call a boomerang and it doesn't come back? A stick.
A steak.
What do you call a
steak?
Here you go, Kasai. What do you call a pile of cats? A meowton.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Once I get my brain going, I can think of him. It takes me a second, but yeah, I'm meowton.
Nice.
Things are number.
Yeah, I like this. We should do this. At least come or find one dad joke for the week.
Yeah.
That we can do.
Frank. I had somebody make a meme for me. Like they took a picture. I had a sock and they were like, "Oh, Cy's date is here," or something like that. But yeah, there's somebody made a meme out of me in socks. I'll have to find that and share it, I think.
Have you guys seen that TikTok where the car is just like crashing down the mountain and like kind of pulls up
Yeah.
into the driveway? I'm halfway tempted to be like, "Let's go, boy." Your aunt's here.
Every time I see that video, I keep thinking of that TikTok sound and be like, and that was a lot of damage.
Yeah. Boy was backing up my dad to the trailer when I was leaving because I had like just dropped off my son at my parents' house, and boy was supposed to be ground guiding my dad backing up the truck to this trailer. And all of a sudden you hear the hitch hit the trailer. And as I'm driving past, I yelled out the window and said, "I think you sent it a little too hard there, bud." Like, well, TikTok has consumed my life.
And Frank, to go along with your Kermit joke, you know what you have if you have 2 green balls in one hand? Kermit the Frog's complete attention. I gotta go grab beer. Be right back.
Kid's uncle is. Oh, yeah, Uncle Si has arrived.
I think he's gonna have a shirt on.
Yes. Well, where the fuck is Michael?
I shared it on my Facebook, so he might have a family obligation.
What are those? I'm just kidding. Usually it is. If Michael's in the chat, he will keep his shirt on. So with it now tonight's game, I think he'll still have it on. Or shirt change. Change.
Ooh.
I vote change.
I think he's just gonna have the same shirt on. Did you change it?
That's not the same one. Right?
Changed
it.
It changed it.
Answer us.
Yeah, I changed it.
Okay.
That's not the same one. See, but like before, it's like I don't realize. It took me a while to even realize when he did take his shirt off. It's like, yes, we finally did because I was so wrong yesterday. I usually suck at this game.
I just think it's funny that
Yes.
that kind of like the t-shirt thing took off like it did.
I'm in a medical math class, and I like to think that I'm a smart person until you put arithmetic problems in my face, and then I'm more like numbers. And I don't know what to do with them.
Number.
Nobody does.
Recording, I need the numbers.
I really do feel like that, though. It's like I see that they're numbers. What the hell do you want me to do with them? Oh, you want me to get a dosage? I don't know. And then they're programmed for this.
Isn't there an app? Can't I just like hit a button?
There is an app. I found it. I don't remember what it's called because it's on my iPad, but I can take a picture of the problem and it will show me how it's solved out. But the problem is remembering how to do that. The next time I see that type of problem is the issue. Oh goodness, Frank.
Oh
my goodness.
So we are actually getting close to the top of the freaking middle of the show. I do have a couple things that I want to bring up, and I want to talk about a specific TikTok, but I did not bring it up just because. Yeah, I'll tell y'all about that. But Si, what time is it?
Time to roll that beautiful beard footage.
As foolish as we are. Oh yeah, we danced till the sun came up. Oh yeah, we danced till the sun came up.
God, every time I see those, it makes me hungry.
I know, right? I'm just like, oh, that
so
is good.
hungry. Like, because I was on last night's show with you, and I added those thermometers that they were talking about to my Amazon wish list. So I have the grill cover, I have the grill, and I have the probes. As soon as we move, I'm gonna order those and then restock our rubs and sauces, because I don't want to order too many and then they bust in the move or they get lost,
Right.
or they go bad. So I am so waiting, and I am so excited.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
But for those of you that don't know, he has his pre-order available on BBQSauce.com. You can pre-order his habanero sauce, and I'm telling you, it goes on everything but cereal. I use it on my eggs. I've been putting it in my ramen. I put it on pizza. I put it on burritos. I even put it on chorizo. And oh yes, I've been putting it on everything.
I've yet to find anything that his stuff doesn't go good on or with.
I did French toast, sausage, and eggs. And put the habanero sauce in.
Yeah.
I didn't put it on the French toast, but I put it on the other stuff, and it goes well with just about everything. I'm about ready to try on the chicken for my salads.
Oh yeah.
And use the habanero sauce instead of like a dressing. Just use the habanero sauce.
Yeah, throw some olive oil in it, maybe lighten it up, thin it out a little bit for dressing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's what I'm going to do with it tomorrow for my lunch. But I put it in my lunch meat sandwich today. Like, I have a new favorite hot sauce. I normally go for Frank's, because my issue with hot sauces is that they're either too hot and there's no flavor.
You're right.
Or they got the flavor, but because of the heat that comes with it, it just burns my stomach. And
Felix has got it.
Doesn't do it at all. It's a perfect combination. I get the heat, I get the sniffles, and the flavor.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crack.
I can't do like hot sauce. But like I've tried every one except the habanero, and it's so good. The flavor. Yeah.
I say it's better than Cholula. Cholula is very vinegary and salty compared to his habanero sauce, and I like the sweetness that is in the habanero sauce. So I haven't touched Cholula since I've been using his sauce, to be honest.
Well, and I was the guy like back in the day when you had the MREs and you get the little bottle of Tabasco sauce, in the accessory packet. I'd trade that because I had Lowry's seasoning salt with me. I carry in my pocket out in the field a big jar of Lowry seasoning salt for MREs. If I'd have had beards, I'd have never bothered with Lowry's. I'd have just had a big tub of that out in the field, be like, hey guys, trust me, you're going to want some of this. It makes every MRE taste better.
There's
Speak of
Michael.
the devil.
Hey!
Were your ears burning? Because, me, stalking your whole life on the boardwalk.
We were talking about Felix's habanero sauce. I'm addicted to it right now. I've been putting it on like everything, like legit anything that I possibly can put hot sauce on. I've been doing it. I had a lunch meat sandwich today. It was good.
I'm like that with the mustard. Like I figured out popcorn and his mustard seasoning. Oh my God. Incredible.
Yeah, that's how I make popcorn.
I put the spicy barbecue stuff on it because I like heat.
Yeah.
So I was eating it and I was just like, this is delicious.
Yeah, it's insane.
The
how
child
good it tastes.
will not share popcorn with me, so I keep it with the mustard. But now that my child has wandered off for the last couple weeks, maybe I'll use the spicy.
I put spicy on my stuff so my child doesn't ask for a bite from my plate. Because she asks so sweetly. Like this little 2.5-year-old would be like, may I bite, please? And it's so hard to resist. So I go, okay, sure. Knowing damn well that my food is spicy. So she won't ask for mommy's food anymore. She asks for daddy.
Nice. Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
So I'm like spicy
My
every
little
day.
one will eat spicy. If he asks for it, he will eat it. But I got these.
I gotta order mine in. Yeah, those
Yeah, I
are
haven't
cool.
ordered yet.
So I got these in. So right now, I believe he still has a couple cases left. So this is the original Beard BQ sauce. He's running the limited label on them. All proceeds go to Sacred Mountain. So if you guys go to beardbqsauce.com, you can order one of these, and like I said,
And you get an autographed lid.
Ooh.
yes. So you can actually I think this one was 15, but you can
He's got it
do
set up at 3 different donation levels. It's
Yes,
like
three-
you donate and you get a jar. You donate this much, you still get a jar. You donate this much, you get a jar.
because you're not paying for the sauce. You're actually donating, and he's
Right.
sending you this, which he swears by Sacred Mountain. He has said multiple times it has saved his life.
I plan on
Howdy.
going after the holidays.
So it's actually pretty cool. So when he sent me that, I got the Gotcha 6. Donate $6 on the 6th. And with the pamphlet, which is actually pretty cool because I did show this to Rob because his dad is actually a retired fireman. So
And they're eligible.
Sacred Mountain, I was just going to say, Sacred Mountain is not just for veterans, which is amazing.
You could be veteran, active duty, law enforcement, fire, EMT, Gold Star family.
And Gold Star family, yes.
And you don't pay for any of it. Like Felix has said, if you can get to the airport, they take care of everything. Food, room, you got activities, you know. Oh, yeah, Frank, I go to the stores and I put Beard BQ business cards in front of SBR on the displays in the store and stuff.
I'm going to test the theory because I think my sister is stalking my life.
Ruh-roh.
The one that I told you that I don't necessarily get along with. Because my family, last year for Father's Day, I did the sauce pack, and I gifted it to my dad for Father's Day. And the next time we had like a barbecue family dinner and stuff like that, my mom was almost like promoting Beard BQ sauce. Try this, try it. It's like,
Nice.
Felix paying you? But we were over at my the day before Father's Day. We were over there for a barbecue, and my sister comes in and she's like, "Ma, where's your sweet baby Rays?"
Ooh.
Knowing damn well I could hear her. She said it loud enough because she knows I'm hard of hearing. And I was just like, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up. Yeah, so I know, I have a feeling that the she stuck my life on the boardwalk, but anyway. Throw that shit out, it is trash. Get you some Beard BQ sauce. What sounds like a cult, but actually isn't a cult. BeardBQSauce.com.
It's just great sauce and seasonings.
It's amazing. His stickers are amazing. I forgot it. My hat, man. He was talking last night about.
What?
What happened?
I froze.
Mm-mm.
You're fine now.
That was weird. But I think last night he was mentioning that he was going to make another run of hats. I believe.
He's
Yes.
thinking of doing
thinking
it, but
about it.
he's doing it a different way than he did before.
I
So
like that.
yeah, I know I need to get another one. And yeah, Frank, the beard sauce is great for Bloody Marys. You put a little of the dry seasoning around the rim, add a little bit of the
Ooh.
spicy in with the
He
tomato
said rim.
juice. Yeah, I there's no other way to say that but rim. Do a rim job on the glass for your Bloody Mary.
I never thought of that. I usually do Bloody Marys as a hangover cure. And that would make it
I
extra
don't like
tasty.
Bloody Marys.
I
don't
never
like,
liked.
I don't
Bloody
like
Marys.
tomato juice.
I-
Tomato juice.
I thought Bloody Marys had to be made with V8,
I use V8.
and I found out there's other tomato juice mixtures that you can use like Zing Zang. Oh my God, that's incredible.
Well, now that V8 has like different flavors and stuff like that, I might be able to like manipulate
They
it. But
have a
I don't
really
like
good.
tomato juice.
They have a really good. If you just want like a fruit and vegetable serving, they have a really good berry juice. If you like berries, and it's got vegetables in there, but you can't taste them because it tastes straight up like berries.
Well, and
It
then
was
the other thing,
delicious.
I always saw that like Bloody Marys had that big stalk of celery in it, and I hate celery. But then I found out you can
Really?
use pickles, you can use stuffed olives, you can use pretty much anything.
I
That's
do like dirty martinis.
Mm.
Like, but I don't like the olives that they use in them. They taste funky. Like I like
don't
the
like
olive
green
bride,
olives.
but I don't like the olives.
I love black olives. I actually like finished half a can today. Black olives. Tuco helped me though because they were unsalted, so he was able to have a couple.
Oh, nice.
I'm not even sure what's all in a Bloody Mary. I just know that I've had it made for me a couple times as a hangover cure, and it actually helped.
Yeah, because it's called hair of the dog. You're getting drunk again.
I was just gonna say that's
I
how
just
it
had
cures
the
it
one.
with the hair of the dog.
I just had the one though.
Yeah, but it's a lot of
Just one.
vodka in the one.
But
And
I felt great. Even the next,
Worcestershire.
like even a couple hours later, I felt great.
Yeah,
Worcestershire.
because
Worcestershire.
you're
I
about
can't say.
you're about half buzzed after that Bloody Mary. You're like, hey, I feel great, just like last night. Uh-oh.
Yeah, and instead of hitting that wall like you did from drinking the night before, like you come down from it with the hair of the dog.
Yeah.
Ah, maybe that's why it worked. I thought they were crazy though. I was like, you want me to drink more alcohol to recover? And they're like, yes, because you're drinking water while you sip on the Bloody Mary. And I'm like, I
It
should have done
works.
this last night. It worked.
It does. It really does.
Ooh, that's
Pepper bacon.
that's not a bad idea. Did you see that,
Yeah.
Uncle Si?
Frank, trust me. Felix makes mustard smoked bacon with his seasoning. That's what I want to try in a Bloody Mary. Mustard smoked bacon.
I don't smoke the bacon, but I use the mustard seasoning on bacon, which I almost had grounds for divorce. Rob bought regular cut bacon.
No.
And not the thick cut?
Yeah, that it was like, if we were married, this is grounds for divorce. You buy thick cut bacon in this house.
My mom uses turkey bacon. I was just like, why? Why?
My dad
Just-
used to work at Lewis Rich down in West Liberty, Jen, and that's a big turkey manufacturing plant. Everything you could think of, they make out of turkey. Turkey bacon, turkey hot dogs, turkey sausage, turkey hamburgers. It's incredible. And he would bring home a lot of that stuff. And like the first time they tried to get me to eat turkey bacon, I like went like this, and I'm like, this ain't bacon. You know,
You sit on a throne of lies.
it looks like bacon, smells like bacon, don't taste like bacon.
I'm just not a big turkey person, to be honest. I prefer pork. And even with pork, I'm iffy. Like, I don't like pork loins very much. Like, I eat them because I have to, not because I want to. No.
I'll use turkey sausage in the chili.
There's times turkey sausage.
well, I
It
yeah,
throws
but
the middle child for a loop because he says he doesn't eat chicken or turkey.
yeah. But when you've got places that are like saying it's a turkey pork chop, no, it's not. Pork chops are from pigs. There's no way turkey tastes like a pork chop. I don't care
It's
how
a
much
turkey.
you got.
It's a turkey chop.
Yeah, you know.
Tom likes crayons.
We know, Tom. We know.
Y'all like froze up again. See if I can open it without breaking my nail.
again.
See, I don't like the texture of pork loin. And I've tried so many different seasonings. I just don't like the cut of meat. It's not for me. I've even tried it bacon wrapped and grilled, and
See,
it's not for me.
I
I
like
eat
the-
it because
Oh, there's a safety tab.
there's so many comments, Jade. It was kid-proof lock, huh?
Oh,
oh,
Yeah,
Oh.
the Marines would have just broke that plastic. They wouldn't have cared about the combat lock.
there was just not on it.
Yeah.
They put maybe it's just to keep them from cracking. Another one.
no, this.
Something to draw on?
Colors of the world.
Apparently, there's only 24 colors of the world.
That's honestly more colors than in some foundation shade ranges. That doesn't
And
go
it does
very
look
deep.
like a
That does look like a foundation shade range.
Right.
It's not a very good one.
Foundations is stuff you put on the bare
colors of
face
the
and
world
then add to it.
crayons contain
Yeah.
24 specifically formulated colors that represent people from all around the world. Now it's even easier for kids to color themselves, their families, and friends from all over the globe.
This world has gone too far. I'm sorry.
This is. I thought there was more crayons in this.
I'm
But there's
curious.
these little.
I'm curious what the names are of the
I like
colors.
how you can color the boxes.
I'm
Right?
curious what the names are of the colors of the world.
Well, I'm sure. I guarantee you, there's not a white, and I guarantee you, there's not a black.
I mean, is
Guaranteed.
there like
Probably not.
Hindu Indian guy color, or
Let's see. This is the light. Looks like the lightest one. Extra light almond. That's the lightest one.
what is that in Italian? Extra light almond? What?
This
Uh,
would be white, correct? But there's
I
no
don't-
such thing as white.
I don't know anymore.
I don't know if that's the darkest one. Deepest almond is the darkest one. Which goes to show you the colors of the world. There's no white and there's no black.
Okay, so now Felix is deepest almond color.
Why do they call it deepest almond?
Deepest
They don't
and
want to
lightest.
offend anybody.
Kind of curious what my color would be. A light medium rose? Who's that?
I'd probably be a light medium peach because that's what all my foundations say is light medium or light medium peach.
Is
Peachy
there
undertones?
Maybe
there-
like your like a rosy cheeks would be the rose.
is there a
cheeks.
pale to clear?
Like I
Yeah.
said, the lightest one is there's light almond. See, but I'm proving a point that there's no white or black
Right. So
colors of the world.
like now I'm almond color instead of Caucasian.
The caucasity. Sorry, I hate that word. I can say it halfway. Say it.
I'm so tired of hearing the audacity of men. Like, lady, no one cares. Just sit down.
Frank.
Absolutely not. Nope. I know. My dad's side of the family is all Marines, but I did not inherit that taste.
I've chewed on one. I can't get over the wax flavor.
I could smell the wax from this freaking bucket.
super white with the Starbucks scented.
Speaking of basic white.
Basic
Yeah.
beaches.
Felix has got a special edition coming out for the holidays, pumpkin spice.
Did he?
Oh, I am so down.
He actually went live public with it.
I
and
was
said,
just gonna say, he because I knew this was gonna work, but we don't want
it's
to drop a
actually
bomb.
so if you order and put pumpkin in the comments, you'll get a special one of a kind until he puts it in. I think he's going to try to get it for like after Halloween, before Thanksgiving, so you can have pumpkin spiced beers with your turkey if you want. He said
I'm
it
actually kind of curious. I'm kind of curious how that would be on turkey.
I
'Cause it
watched.
actually sounds
I watched him when he made it, and the whole time he was like, "This is going to taste like foot. It's going to taste bad." And he tried it. He was like, "This actually don't taste too bad." And then he had about like 5 other people tell him it tastes pretty good. He's like, "You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to have a seasonal."
because I know that he made it kind of a joke before. Because
Yeah,
he had like the orange logo or the pumpkin logo for it for a while now, right?
yeah, he did that as an April Fool's, and everybody was like, "You should do it." And he's like, "No."
Yeah,
and
he always said no.
And then he was like, "Okay, fine, I'll do it." And he's like, "This ain't too bad."
There's a market,
Right outside Dunkin'
especially
Donuts.
in the fall.
Dunkin' Donuts, all the girls with their UGG boots and their spiced mocha latte, pumpkin whatevers.
Pumpkin spice latte. Well, and I just so happen my orange. Actually, but I have orange, yellow, and red tonight. So,
It's pheromone.
oh no. Sorry, we just got a message.
Bummer.
It said we.
Oh.
Do you all see what I'm saying? Okay, moving on. Whoa! That is not what I meant. Can y'all hear? Can you hear me?
Yes. Where did Uncle Si go?
I don't know.
It froze for me, and then there he is.
Oh,
I hit the wrong button.
my bad. But that's yeah. Sad. I will let them know afterwards what you sent me.
Oh yeah. Well, then TikTok's getting as bad as Facebook. Facebook gave me a warning for something that I got from Facebook,
I don't know why I raised my hand.
and it was fine back in 2014, but now all of a sudden it's not fine, so we can't have it on Facebook anymore. I'm like, 2014 people,
Did you hear that some pretty big names are actually filing lawsuit against the social media CEOs?
There's going to be something going down. They can't say that they're a publishing platform and then say that they're a First Amendment platform. You can't have it both ways, and they're trying to play both against it. They're like, well, we're a publishing platform, so that's why we can censor. But then they're like, well, you can't do this. It's like, no, you can't have it both ways, people.
Oh, there it is. But I don't know if he wants us to necessarily announce that tonight. So
yeah, Frank. Yeah, he against Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. There's been a couple people that have done it too.
Instagram, I believe, which I didn't know that he was on Instagram really, but Facebook and Instagram are merged, aren't they? Regardless, yes, I do believe that there has been censoring going on. Obviously, like I've been seeing a lot of people that end up in Facebook jail. Like you said, you got something removed or flagged from freaking 2014. I've had things that have been taken down for. They're like, oh, this is a like even just to say the like music in the background of a video or something like that. That it's just like, okay, fine, mute it, and then
Yeah.
they don't mute it. But
Well, and then the other thing that was going around is with a lot of the Facebook groups, a lot of people they need to censor those, Tom. Yeah,
yes,
I
Sure,
agree with
children on this platform.
I agree with Facebook on that one, Tom. No thong videos.
Maybe he's taking pictures in sandals and we jump to conclusions.
You know what?
He's
I
getting them feet pics in.
I saw the beginning of this TikTok as I was like scrolling through. It's like women need to stop wearing thongs to the beach, and my mind was like flip flops. And I'm like, oh wait, no, he means like
The underwear. Yeah.
The butt floss.
right? It's like, oh, I'm old. If that was
I
my,
knew
my
it-
first thought was flip flops.
I knew a
When
guy
I
in the
heard
army. I knew a guy in the army that wore the banana hammock butt floss, and I was like, "How are you a dude and wear this in uniform?"
Hey, let your freak flag fly.
Yeah, that was fucking first night. We're out in the tent and we're all sitting there, and he's like, "We're all getting ready to go to sleep and stuff," and it's like, "Dude, do you wear underwear?" He's like, "Yeah, I got a thong on," and I'm like, "Whatever, bro. Stay over there, man."
God damn it, Chico.
He toot.
No, I can hear him
Or-
barking at the freaking people on the trail.
Oh yeah, you guys got that
Ooh,
trail
excuse me.
behind your house. Fun.
Well, and I have yet to catch it. I've been trying to catch it. He has this low grumbling bark that he does, and I've only heard him do it when he's outside with like when there's men or another dog that passes. That y'all have seen Jurassic Park with the velociraptors, right? Where it's got that low sound.
Yeah.
How'd that go
He-
again?
He sounds just like that. I swear.
We how did it sound again?
I've done it before. I'll probably end up doing it again. But hi, Christine.
Flip flops are definitely more comfortable. I prefer to be barefoot, but then the hot ground flip flops.
Well, like shower shoes, flip flops, thongs. But what really ended up being the best was combat Crocs. Because overseas, the freaking military just dumps rocks everywhere.
Yep.
Because, well, before they did that, it's like if it rained or anything like that, the freaking sand, then mud, that would just cake to your boots and cause you to freaking have like bricks on your boots and stuff. So they came in and like when they established like the walls and camps and stuff like that, it's just rocks everywhere. So, walking on rocks with flip flops to go to the shower and stuff like that, it don't go so well. So combat Crocs were invented because of that.
I think they call them sliders or the mules, where it wasn't the toe splitters. It had the little strap over the top. Oh, she froze.
Oh. But she looks so happy.
I know. She's like, I got my happy juice.
Oh my goodness. I can't imagine. Honestly, it doesn't surprise me that it's a flightline guy doing that, Frank, because I've seen people launch out aircraft in nothing before, but a reflective belt.
Well, we've all
Did
seen
it
the.
pause with me like holding my drink?
Oh yeah,
No, you looked happy though. You were like,
it was a good pause. You had your happy
Yeah.
juice and you were smiling like.
you looked very, very, very happy.
No, because I heard you look happy, but the screens and everything went blank, and I'm like, oh,
It wasn't bad. Well, and we've all seen pictures of like Iraq and Afghanistan where incoming comes in, the guys are rustled up out of their cots and they're like in their silkies and their flak vest and flip flops banging away downrange.
I was lucky enough that I was actually in a pretty large camp. We stayed on one camp. We worked out on another camp, or we would, because I worked in entry control point. My main mission was detainee operations. So the detainment, the TIF facility was on another camp within the camp. And then the entry control point that I worked at was on another camp, but they were all connected in some way, shape, or form. And upset, no, I'm just kidding. So yeah, with where I was in Baghdad, so I was in like pretty, like I said, a cluster of camps that pretty much were all connected. So the running out in underoos or silkies and stuff like that didn't really happen for us.
Well, and I did the fireman thing. Like when I took my BDU pants off, I'd leave them tucked inside my boots so that like if we got woke up, I could poof get dressed real quick and freaking head out.
It was funny because one of the first times that we had incoming rounds, one of the females, she's like, I rolled out my cot and I hit the ground and I said, oh no, the males are gonna come in, and she like threw on her sports bra real quick while she's on the ground. She's like, they are not coming in here without me having a bra on. Like, that's what you thought about? Really?
Yeah.
It wasn't like it wasn't like she was nude or anything like that. She just didn't have it under her PT top.
I'm that way. So I used to work as a volunteer firefighter, which
That
included
being your
EMS.
first thought?
That is my first thought. In a fire, I always make sure I have nice, clean, serviceable chones. No craziness, but also no obvious like holy going to church type of undies as well. Because if I ever need medical emergency, they're gonna cut my clothes off. And after being behind the scenes and working as a volunteer firefighter, they will talk about your holy church underwear.
Oh,
Like,
my mom and dad used to make
they
sure.
will. If it's wild and like unserviceable, they're gonna chat about it, and I don't want that to be me. So it is my first thought in an emergency. Do I have bra? Do I have underwear? Do I have socks on?
Growing up, I always got told, make sure you have clean underwear on. And it was like,
I
why?
was just gonna say,
Yeah.
like,
Because
always
if
make sure
you're-
you have clean underwear on.
If you're ever in an accident, and I'm like, if I'm in an accident, my underwear probably won't be clean anyway because of the accident.
But they'll understand. But if you don't have an accident and it's clearly dirty chones, they're gonna talk about it. And
Yeah.
it's always in the back of my
I
mind.
will agree with you on that. But
Yeah.
for her, it was just with incoming rounds and stuff like that. It was like doing head counts. That was her first thought. Was having a sports bra under her PT top.
Oh my. At least were they festive at least in Valentine's Day?
Somebody had some splaining to do.
No, I will agree with you on what you're talking about. Like, always make sure that you when you go out, because you never know. You step outside your house. Hell, you could be in your house and have a fucking car come in drive into it. I actually, it wasn't last winter. It was the winter before. I told Rob, I was like, well, we almost had the back end of the car taken out. And he's like, well, what do you mean? It was like, there's tire tracks right behind the back end of our vehicle and into the neighbor's yard because we live on like a corner. It's like, I would have never noticed that. It was like, because you're oblivious, but and so like now, like especially like when it ices over and stuff like that, we make sure that like the vehicles are pulled up pretty far because you would have. My sister's car was totaled in my parents' driveway when she was like 18 because they
Wow.
live on the
My.
bottom of a hill that bends like or turns, and the guy just slid straight into the driveway and just rammed my sister's car. My sister did not have any luck with that freaking car. She got sideswiped. The freaking bumper was always hit. Like that car was just jinxed. Whew, excuse me. I have like an echo. Can you hear it?
Mm-mm.
Well, now as soon as I said it, what the fuck? I'm losing my mind, y'all. Okay, so there was losing my mind. There is a video that surfaced this week and is making the rounds on TikTok involving Air Force security
Oh, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
or security forces, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm just paranoid, Frank.
She was MP. That's their job, is to be paranoid. That's how they're so good at it.
So, if y'all are not on TikTok or don't know exactly what or have not seen what I'm talking about, there was an incident where this video it did actually go viral. So it did go viral, and it claims that this woman was pulled out illegally from her vehicle at 5 months pregnant by essentially Air Force MPs, which they're called they're SF, which is weird to me.
Yeah.
It's just the acronym for me being Army. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, I know. First time I heard Air Force SF, I'm like, you guys don't have those.
Well, and even their PJs, like Air Force PJs, like that doesn't sound badass, but I know they are.
Yeah.
I know
but
they are.
it doesn't sound like it, though. Yeah.
But yeah, freaking Air Force security.
Yeah.
So in this video, they claim that this woman is being unlawfully detained by Air Force security forces, and it shows I don't know what his rank was, but he ends up bashing in her window, unlocking the vehicle, and then pulling her out, which this person is attempting to paint all cops are bad, including the military ones, right?
Right.
Given the temperature of the water. There has been really no investigation because he has body cam, which that actually is new. That is a new thing to me. I never worked the gate. I never worked garrison. But what really happened was this woman who is about 5 months pregnant, has 2 kids in the vehicle, attempts to gain access to a military base with no driver's license, no valid dependent ID, and no active registration on the vehicle.
Uh,
That's a no-go.
that's a no-go anywhere.
Yeah, like I said, on the civilian side, driving without a license, driving without proof of registration, or an actual registration, that's gonna get you at least a ticket. On the civilian side, you try to come onto a military base, you are going to be denied access. You are going to be fined at the very minimum. While they were doing the process of giving her pretty much a citation of like, no, you're not coming on the base. This is pretty much going to be your fine. She got verbally combative with the airman. At that
Gee.
point, when the airman was attempting to find her, she decides to take off from the gate. Not going into the base, but trying to leave the base. Which then the other airman that's working the gate with him deploys the barriers. I don't know if any of, I'm sure y'all know with military bases,
They go up.
these pretty much like cement things just go barricade. That was deployed. She attempted to run over the airman before that barricade was deployed. At that point, and this is where the viral video comes into place, where she was illegally pulled out of her vehicle.
Yeah.
She refused to get out of the vehicle. At that point, she already attempted to run over the airman. The freaking barrier was deployed. You can even see him look over pretty much because the freaking I thought, my first thought was like, oh, the fucking paperwork on this.
Right.
But he looks over pretty much at his officer or, SEO or whoever it was, pretty much. So he ends up breaking the window, opening the vehicle, and she's crying, don't touch me, or not crying, but she's screaming, don't touch me, don't touch me. He's giving lawful orders. You are on a military post. That is a police officer. That is a lawful order. Get out of the vehicle.
Yeah.
And he actually, this is one of the things that I'm just like, I'm super surprised about, because I would have yanked her ass out. I hear you saying that you're 5 months pregnant, but I would have yanked your ass out. You just attempted to run me over.
And you don't follow directions. That's the biggest problem. When a police officer pulls you over, you don't try to run away. You don't try to shoot them.
Well,
It
and that's
boils
another.
down.
You
It
don't.
boils down. Huh?
You
Oh,
don't-
it boils down to you play stupid games, you're gonna win stupid prizes.
Bingo.
Kind of my description for tonight.
Like you don't do that.
The
And-
only time I had a problem with the police is when I was being a dumbass. Otherwise, all of my encounters with police were yes, sir, no, sir. Yeah, I know I was speeding. I'm sorry about it. Thank you, sir. But like when I was being a dumbass and they were like, come out of your apartment, I'm like, come in and get me. Well, then we had problems.
I'm trying to keep tabs of what, because I was story timing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much his body cam was released. The Air Force pretty much is not going to do anything to him because everything that he did was lawful. I did piss off a liberal because I saw this video. One of the girls that I follow, she's pretty much like I am, very much in the middle as far as politics go and stuff like that. I follow this girl because she pretty much is the same way. She calls out bullshit on both sides. She posted this video. This is where I found the incident happening. And I made a comment, because I slightly buzzed, and said, I just thought it was funny that when the liberals were like, oh, thank God the guard's being activated for like the riots and stuff like that. The ones that say defund the police and will go after the police's badges and stuff like that for not being nice are excited and cheering that the MPs are coming in to deal with the riots. The irony in that is, and what I had said was like, I thought it was funny that they were cheering for that because it's mission over feelings. Period. We're going to put the mission first. And this person, she wrote back to me, or she replied to my comment on the video, that she's like, I'm liberal as fuck, babe. Or baby. She called me baby.
I hate people like that. Like, no.
Yeah. I'm liberal as fuck, baby. So like that one word, I knew she said it fucking on purpose. And she said, you don't have the market, or I'm an ex-military spouse My father was a veteran, and my sister's a veteran. You don't have the market on the military, bro. So I was like, you don't have the market on their service. And I know that it's mission over feelings because I served as an MP. And
I
she says,
watched part of her. So she did a Facebook Live where she tried to explain her story. And not once did she accept accountability. And she said that she was trying to gain access to the base because he had her debit card and some of her other stuff. So the divorce was finalized. And I'm just like, at one point, did you not call the bank for a new debit card? Like, why didn't you just do that?
At what point do you think you are entitled enough to tell a law enforcement officer, no, I'm not going to comply?
Oh, she blocked me after I said, well, I guess dependas are going to depend.
Oh,
see, I didn't see the Facebook post. This was just a
Right.
rando fucking person that was like, I'm liberal as fuck, baby, and called me bro. So I called her bro, or called her sweetie and called her bro back. And then she's like, I just think it's funny that you that anyone who disagrees with you, you assume is liberal. And I was like, one, I didn't assume, because the people that I heard say it identify themselves as liberal that were cheering for it, right? My original point. And then I was like, and I'm not arguing with anybody because I know for a fact that, like I said, mission over feelings.
Well, the thing that pissed me off the most is her kids are clearly screaming in the background, clearly scared. And you're still amping the situation up, knowing your kids are terrified in the back seat while you're pregnant. You're continuing to amplify the situation.
No, it's the MP.
But it's the MP's fault.
the MP.
I'm like,
yeah.
being pregnant is not a fucking excuse to break
be a
laws
bitch.
and to be a dependa. It's not. It just
Yeah.
isn't.
No, and that's another
Like,
thing. She's like, she's not
no.
even a dependa. She's an ex. So and
Crazy
even if-
ex.
Well, and
That
it,
poor-
it-
and
that poor
that's
guy.
another thing too. That's another thing too, is that you know damn well that she had no intention of getting a debit card. She was attempting to sneak on post after the divorce was finalized to do
Which
what?
tells me
Fuck his shit up
Yeah.
while he's at work
With the-
or on duty.
with the kids, with the
Mhm.
kids in the car. Like, what kind of mother are you? Because I know that when I'm in front of my kid, I do show some emotion, but I don't show her what loss of control looks like because they're too little at that age. When they're hysterically crying in the back of the seat, her kids can't be old enough to understand mama's a little psycho. We don't act like that.
yeah,
They're going to start to
Mommy,
emulate that.
Yeah, mommy, why are you running from the law enforcement? Shut up. Okay. Yeah. Not a good role model.
Mommy, why'd you try to run over the police officer?
They're
Because
not
that-
even old enough to understand that, though. All they know is that mommy is upset. Mommy is.
And now
they're
there's
scared. They're
there's
clearly
men,
scared. Yeah.
men surrounding the vehicle, breaking the window, and pulling your mom out. Like,
Which is
It's-
just going to continue that perception that cops are bad.
it's this entitled generation that, like, okay, laws are good for everybody else, but I don't have to follow them because I'm special. I'm the only one in this situation that's trying to do this. It's like, no, you're not. There's laws because a lot of people have tried to do what you tried to do. And you're not
makes me mad.
entitled
and
enough.
in all honesty, he was authorized to use deadly force at that point.
Oh, he should have.
Yeah. And
Well,
but he
I'm
didn't.
honestly glad. I'm honestly glad that he didn't. And like I said, like he was actually pretty nice when he did actually pull her out of the vehicle. Because like I said, I would have yanked her ass out quick. I wouldn't have listened to her saying, "Stop touching me! Stop touching me!" I would have gotten a hold of her and yanked her ass out. But
Well,
that's me, and
how
that's
many-
especially after you just attempted to run me over. And you're
Well,
like,
how many-
this is a civil matter. This went viral because they posted it in attempts to be the next viral thing and paint all cops bad, including the military cops.
in an attempt to make her be the victim. not the.
It wasn't even the person who did it. It was her sister that posted the video more than once. She posted last
Yeah,
I checked, she posted it 3 times.
Yeah,
The
she
same video.
posted it again and again. And guess who just got approved for the creator fund?
Right, exactly.
So now they're making money off of it. And you cannot tell me that you didn't your dumbass did this shit. You're attempting to paint it a certain way because of the temperature of the freaking world right now to make money off of it. You're in the wrong. You don't fuck with the military. You don't. You don't.
Play stupid games, you're gonna win stupid prizes. Now she's probably gonna do jail time for it instead of just a fine.
No, because there's so many liberal judges. They'll be like, okay, you made a mistake. We'll put you on probation, blah, blah, blah.
Will she go to civilian court for it or military?
She, as far as I know, that after this incident of them removing her from the vehicle, they actually turned her over to the civilian police. I don't know if it was county or if it was city, but I know that she was like, I don't think she was actually fined or anything like that. But, because it did happen on a military installation and it did happen towards military personnel, I guarantee you that she can be brought up on federal charges if they deem fit.
She should be, but in the climate of this country now, you guys all know they're going to slap her on the wrist. They're going to give her probation and a fine, and she's going to come out. And she's going to come out as a victim and have about 500,000 in the freaking GoFundMe because I was assaulted.
No, she wasn't. She was. This is one of the things that comes up every fucking time with all these freaking incidences and stuff like that. What is the number one reason why any of this shit happens? Any of these instances happen that causes these freaking ripple effects of riots and protests?
Because somebody didn't listen.
Somebody resisted arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it would pretty much. Yeah. On the civilian side, yes, that's exactly what it's going to be. It's like, and I think she's Hispanic.
And the federal,
then there won't be any case.
The federal,
that's exactly it. That's exactly it. That's
if they do, they're gonna say, "Oh, she's facing racism."
Yep, and the federal won't be able to do anything because it's bullying by the federal government. It's Donald Trumpism.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't even matter if she is Hispanic or not. It's just like you're fucking dumb. There's a difference between, you're illegally driving without a license and registration, period.
Yeah.
So if it was a freaking civilian officer, it'd be the same thing. They would have cited you for that. And if you would have attempted to run them over, it would have been the same fucking thing. You would have had your shit freaking broken in and yanked out of the vehicle. Would have been the same thing, but it's a higher degree because with you're pretty much dealing with a federal officer when you're not a cop. Yeah, they are, especially when you're on the installation.
Well, you were MP. You had to go through similar classes as the locals, right? So basically, you are law enforcement, whether you're on post or off post, because you guys went through similar classes as the local.
Their jurisdiction, if I remember correctly, their jurisdiction ends at the gate, though.
That's what it is. But you're basically still.
That's pretty much what he's saying. It's like it's pretty much we do go through for the Army. We go through military police academy. Which we do with military police. There's two types to it, which, like I said, I wasn't garrison. I was combat support, but we do both in the academy. So I have where I respond to, I've done pullovers and stuff like that, DUIs, domestic disputes, fights and stuff like that. Everything that a civilian cop would normally do, but you're doing it on base, which, you know, I put it as like a garrison cop is pretty much the same thing as like a city cop. You
Yep.
still have your jurisdiction.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize.
You're just confined on the base, and you're really dealing with military service members versus you're dealing with the regular public.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize there's two different MPs in the Army. There's the field MPs and the garrison MPs.
Yeah. The garrison MPs. Yeah, it is kind of stupid getting a speeding ticket for going 2 over, 3 over, whatever. You like, you weren't a hand preset and stuff like that. But if you at the gate where your security is everything,
Yeah.
and this person tries to run you over,
Well, and here's the
and
other
then
thing.
tries to elude you.
I got brought up that like you follow the rules.
That's
there
what I
for a
got
reason.
raised to do.
When
You follow the rules, you fight it in court.
when an authority figure tells you something, you do that. You don't be like, I'm not going to follow that today. I'm just going to go. No.
You
know?
listen, you fight it in court. That's how I was raised. You don't
It's-
argue because you're just going to make it worse.
And
You're
so
not a
many
lawyer.
people, it's like, oh, I'm afraid to have my son go out because of the police. Well, maybe if you'd have raised your kid a little better and he wasn't a thieving little fucking piece of crap, you wouldn't have to worry about him going out. Maybe if he wasn't slinging heroin on the fucking corner, you wouldn't have to worry about little Bobby getting shot.
One of the things too, like, like I'm mixed race and stuff like that. The kids and stuff like that, they're all mixed and everything. And it pretty much is just like, no matter what the situation, comply. If whomever has pulled you over is actually being unjust, comply. Because if you do not comply, you will not survive.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things. No matter if you know that this motherfucker is like power fucking hungry, because they do exist. I'm not saying they don't exist. They exist in everything. There's bad cops, there's bad doctors, there's bad,
There's bad in everything.
postal workers, whatever. There's bad in everything. There is. So if you truly believe that they are doing something wrong, they're fucking dirty, still comply. Take it to the judge, because you know what? When you freaking prove that to a judge, that police officer is going to fucking pay dearly if they keep their badge or not.
You don't try to take care of it right there on the roadside with the flashing lights. Yeah, that's where you go to court. You're like, okay, fine, whatever. And you go to court and then you prove it. Yeah. Ooh,
Have
3
a safe
a.m.
flight.
I thought you were retired, dude. What the hell are you getting? Oh, you're taking a flight. Okay. I was like, why are you getting, you're retired. Why are you getting up at 3 in the freaking morning, dude?
Yeah. And what Frank could say is like, hey, don't break the law. Don't go to jail. Yeah. Police don't freaking pull you over for no fucking reason.
Regardless of what everybody thinks.
Police don't approach you for no fucking reason. Regardless if that's, can I pet your dog?
Yeah.
Or
Can I pet that dog?
or if it's, like, your tags are expired, which that one of the last things that that ripple effect and stuff like that. It was like, oh, he had something in his mirror. No, his tags were expired. He came back with a warrant. Resisted arrest. Hello, John.
All those people are like, oh, he wasn't doing nothing. Well, no, he was driving illegally with expired tags, an expired license, and a warrant. He was doing illegal shit to begin with. Oh, and then he had drugs and a gun on him. But he's the victim, and it's systematic racism because a cop saw a black guy and pulled him over. No, cops saw a black guy with a suspended license. Yeah.
Because guess what's behind that badge?
A human.
a heart, a person,
Yeah.
a son, a daughter.
Oh, that's nice, Kristen.
I like that.
So I know we got 5 minutes left, and I did want to bring up. I know that subject is touchy.
It is.
It is, but it's just our general viewership and stuff like that doesn't tend to disagree too much with it. Well, we might have a little bit of disagreements or whatever. God damn it, I'm trailing off. I did want to bring up because I didn't get the chance to iron it, but I got a thin blue line flag. Today is the 5-year anniversary of the Dallas police officers who were ambushed and shot and killed.
Oh man.
Which there's
too many of these. Sadly, the ambushes and stuff like that are happening.
And it's a 5-year anniversary, and it kind of started the domino. That specific thing that happened kind of triggered a domino effect into my personal life this month. That would be 5 years this month. So I did want to bring up that with the 5 officers. May their families be healed. I'm sure that there will always be that hole. But wanted to bring that up. Is it? Hi, Joshua. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on the comments and stuff. I know that I kind of, if I go on a roll, I go on a roll. Oh, mother bitches! We're at the end. You know what I didn't do, and it wasn't called.
It's a slide. Oh no!
Bitches. Okay, so thank y'all for tuning in, staying with us, and everything else. We are available on twitch.tv/VeteransAnon. I always go on a roll and rhyme or whatever. YouTube, Veterans Anonymous, Facebook, Veterans Anonymous 22. We have shows Monday through Thursday. Our Monday night show, Monday Night Mayhem with Lunchbox and Judy, is on a break for the summer. They shall return in the fall. Tuesday nights you can catch Scramjet at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, 9 Eastern Standard Time with W, Uncle Si, the American, and Trader Kittens. Just kidding.
I heard that.
I'm kidding. Every Wednesday night you can catch us here 8 p.m. On the Crossroads with myself, Miss Kittens, Uncle Si, the American, is in and out doing his thing, doing big things, and filling out your week and giving your safety brief. Our favorite Marines with the Full Metal Cran Eaters at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, Crossroads as well, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Baby Jesus, who is about to embark on an amazing journey. You can follow him because he's my brother, and Tommy Roddick. I can't believe it. 2 minutes left of the show. I just used a slide. Ah! Kittens. I suck at this game.
I forgot to. It's not just on you. I forgot to. My bad.
No, I like to keep surprising.
See, it doesn't count because you disappeared while you're not on screen. So why?
That's why I forgot to call it, because I saw him and I was just like, "What is he?" And I was like, "You know what? I found something to fiddle with. I found a little sack sitting here on the desk, and then I'm glad you're back, Christine."
Ooh, thunderstorm.
I do love a good thunderstorm.
yeah, that's exactly it. That proves my point right there, kittens.
I think you're correct.
Well, I worry about those Navy guys and nudity,
I think you're good, Uncle Si. I think you're safe.
Uncle Si, if you will, with your final thoughts, good sir.
Like I say every week, if you're reaching out, keep reaching out. Don't call just one person and think that's your only salvation. They might be dealing with something. They might be reaching out. So, call 1, 2, 5, 10, 20 people. It don't matter. Sometimes somebody just doesn't want to answer, and you got to keep reaching out. Don't think that because somebody doesn't answer that you're done. You got to keep reaching out.
Miss Kittens.
The same thing I say every single time is you cannot pour from an empty cup, so don't try it. Take time for yourself this week, sometime this week, even if it's something as simple as sitting on the back porch with a cup of coffee, listening to the crickets. You need to pour into yourself before you can pour into others.
Not me. Actual crickets. This is cricket actual. Ooh, new call sign. All right. Like I was telling you guys, we do have shows pretty much every day for Monday through Thursday. You can catch those. The chance to escape an hour, 2 hours just to see us bullshit and survive the what was it? The freaking banana pudding wars that happened last night.
Nanner. You got to say nanner pudding.
No, it's Naner.
Nanner pudding.
Naner.
It's banana.
I'm from the West. No, so I've already tapped out on this. But yes, we like to distract. We like to entertain. Are you not entertained? Just kidding. But yeah, reach out to us. You can reach us at Veterans Anonymous Facebook, where all of us will see if you message that page. You can message the show's pages. We do need to update the links page because I know that at least Scramjet and our email should be on that. So if y'all want to send us email, there was like an orb. I don't know. You can catch us here every Wednesday night. Stay safe.